Live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Hey, what are we doing today? I am just in a creative map, working on my big ship, big ship, the big ship. All right, all right. We're live. Okay, and then let me just get this going on my phone, so if people pop in and they want to say hello, they can. All right, so I'll spawn the ship in, and I'll just show you what I got on the. I just kind of changed the screens around a little bit, the one screen. So what I've been doing is I've been doing lots of planning, for whatever you want to say. This next part here, whatever you want to call it. The screens. Yeah, so we're going to have some screens here, and then I'm going to go over the bar graph, put some bar graphs in here too, and we're going to do some real cool stuff to this vessel. So what I got so far, I'm just going to clip up here because I can. Right, this is our bridge. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm going to develop it. Obviously, it's going to need some more, some more stuff. Right, versus it's still in the very early stages of everything. So, all right. So this is what I have so far. I changed it. It was a 2x3, and I changed it to a 1x3 monitor, and that's just yeah. So this is our reactor control. Right, we have our chamber temperature, which we can set here. And then we have our touchscreen for our rods, right? We can say rod down. And then this little guy represents the heat. It should come all the way up to here somewhere and rest. Something like that, yeah. I'm still in the process of, so the example that I was using earlier are, yeah, I have a tank, and I use this graph to take the maximum value of the tank and go down, right? So it's a fixed number, but in this case, we're using non-fixed numbers. So the number can keep going up and up and up and up and up. So what I have to do is play with it, calibrate it, right? We have to calibrate this because for every number, it wants to go 1 pixel, right? So in this case, the screen is only 96 pixels wide. So right now at 200 degrees, let's say, or whatever that is, this would be potentially 200 pixels long. So it would be way off the monitor. So what I've done is I've just said, okay, if I'm setting the temperature to 400, then where approximately on the screen do I want this yellow line to sit? It should sit approximately here. And that's just taking this number and dividing it by another number, pixels, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, whatever that happens to be, just so you can get a fair number across the screen. And that's all that is. I thought this was pretty cool. There's a little bit of room underneath. So now what I want to do, right? This is all warmed up. Turn this off. We can bring the rods up, and then the chamber should start to cool off, and we can actually go down into the ship. Where are we here? I think we can go down. Through here. Does this one go down? No, this one doesn't go down. Does this one go down? Like lost in the ship. I think this one goes down. Yeah, down to here. There we go. All right. So now we're on the deck. What's this? Oh yeah, tilt sensor. So now we're on the deck, right? This is going to be sort of the reactor room. And then this gives us access to the nuclear reactor, just in case there's an issue, because we're right on the bottom. If we get attacked or something like that. I may move this up a little bit off the floor. I can't do anything about the reactor, but I might move this up off the floor just in case if I hit something. Right. So now what do we have? Well, we need data coming from the pistons. I want data coming from the boilers, data coming from the condensers. We have this turbine here, which I'm not going to worry about right now, and all this kind of stuff, right? So now what I want to do is I want to design that, I guess, that part of it. So I wasn't entirely sure where I wanted the rest, like where I wanted the actual reactor room to be. Well, I think I settled on having it back here in the back. In here. Right, so what I've done is I went through and I wrote down all the inputs that I'm going to need. So now it's just a matter of making a microcontroller for these inputs. So maybe I'll make like a closet room here. I'm not sure. So this is off. Don't ask me why, but this chamber is off center. Maybe I should move it and center it, actually. Maybe I should do that right away. And then I can get rid of, I can probably get rid of that. Everything else is centered on the ship, approximately, except for that. Yeah, you know what, let's try that first here. Before we get into anything. Okay, and then what I was doing is I had a display. All right, and all I'm doing with the display is, let's see here, decimals. I'm just using this to tell me what the list of the ship is. All right, so I have a tilt sensor here, set up basically to the center of gravity. Let's see, selection grid. This is going to be a pain in the butt. Well, I should have done this initially. Where are we? Size grid here. Now, I don't actually know how far over it needs to go. So let's take a block and mark the center. Oh yeah, it's got it. And what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4. So it needs to go that way 2 blocks. Alrighty. So we'll go back to our selection grid. Let's see, I'm just going to cut this. I hope I have it. 1, 2, and I can do that. And what happens if I paste that? It should. Clear content. Nope. Cut that, actually. It's got to be right there. All right, so we'll do that, and then let me merge this. All right, now I should be able to patch it in, and we should be equal on all sides. Cool. I merged it. Yeah. All right. All right, just go down into the belly of the ship. All right, I've got all these weight blocks on the bottom, in the back here. We're pretty much at our maximum displacement. I mean, it looks like there's a lot sitting in the water, and there is, but we sit pretty much right here on the water line with everything that we have. and I still have all the interior furnishings to do. So I'm not 100% if this ship is going to, if I'm going to be able to add everything that I really want to it. I mean, obviously, there's a fair amount of weight that I can get rid of on the bottom still, you know, and there's a way that I can maybe modify this. We can get rid of some of this weight here and stuff. And there's weight. I think there's still weights too. Oh, there aren't any weights in the front of the ship. Right. Yeah, so we're nearing our maximum. We're nearing our maximum displacement. Oops. We'll just get rid of stuff like that. All right, so I'll save that like that and then spawn it in. So now it sits slightly forwards, and I want it to sit slightly forwards, and that way when we're sailing through the water, it doesn't, it's going to pick up, right? So as you can see, it's just ever so slightly sitting forwards. And then what I want to do is we'll just check this tilt sensor to see if we're balanced or not. So it's telling me now that I need a little bit of weight. As you can see, we're slightly listing to the right, to the left. So it's telling me I need a little bit of weight on this side, but not much. I mean, look at that number. It's so small. Right, and this is what you can do. This is kind of how I balance. So we can take a weight block. Okay, come to our center of gravity, approximately the center of gravity, and it just put in, was that 50 pounds? And you'll see it really doesn't take much at this. Once your ship is reasonably balanced, it shouldn't take much to throw it out. But then I'm wondering if it's still, yeah. See how it's. The front is a little bit heavier than the back. It's perfect. Okay, and then as you can see how we came a lot closer to our baby. Yeah, it's a little bit closer on that side. And then you can see how where we sit in the water. Right, we're just past that, the water line there. All right. So what I tend to do when I'm building these big ships or any ship is I will balance it as best I can. Then I'll put everything I want on the inside, and that's going to throw it out as you add stairwells, cranes, and all that sort of stuff. Maybe we're adding too much. Not enough. I don't think we're adding enough weight. No, still needs a lot more weight on the one side. Yeah, once you get it reasonably balanced, then you're okay to decorate the insides, right? And this is going to have to be... Oh, did I lose my constant? I must have lost my constant number there for those. Okay. Which is where... What's up with these guys? I thought there was a constant number block somewhere. Oh, well, I won't worry about that right now. We'll fix that in just a moment. All right, let's see if that's enough to pull it over. Yeah, anyways, and as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna start adding the screens and stuff. I guess my goals for today was just to try and get the reactor sort of looking good. Oh yeah, see that? See, now we're sitting a little sitting at 4, 3, 4 instead of 5, 6. So we're slowly pulling the boat over to that side. And of course, a lot of that has to do with what's inside, the furnishings and all that kind of stuff, right? I had it balanced, but it was balanced because this was out of balance. So let's see if we need what we need to do to get that. Right. Now, as far as the reactor goes, there is a lot. Oh, that's a lot better. Oh yeah, see that? Like it's moving. The ship's moving left and right in the water. But now we're resting around 2, 3 instead of 3, 4. Boy. That's a lot of weight. I think it's still going to need just a little bit more, huh? Wow. All right. Hey, good evening. Sir Horn, how are ya? Actually, I guess it's kind of midday for me. It's probably evening. It's probably evening for you. All right, so I'll leave that. I'm just going to leave that section there for now. Let's see. Where's my piece of paper? There's my piece of paper. All right. Yes, so I had to write down on a piece of paper everything that I wanted to achieve. My hopes are I can use this one microcontroller to control everything, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to. I'm probably going to need to make another one. So this is just the reactor. And then what I want is I want to make one for the reactor stats is what we're going to call this next microcontroller. And we're actually gonna do we can do a combination of things. We'll do a combination of things. Try and make a I don't know. Try and make like a neat little control station here. So let's see. So we have this little room here. We have our reactor room, which comes in off of here. It's kind of big. All right. Oh, the display that I have here is just a tilt. This is a tilt sensor I have set up here. All I was doing is I was balancing the ship. So I moved the reactor so it's now in the center of the ship. And what that's done is it's thrown out my calibration. I had it pretty well calibrated so it was sitting center in the water. And now it slightly lists to this side here, to the, what's that port? Is that starboard? I think that's starboard. So it's slightly listing to that side. So what I'm going to do is I was slowly adding a little bit of weight just to try to get it to pull over. Oh, well, no wonder it wasn't. I'm an idiot. I'm like, no wonder it wasn't working. Look, I had mirror mode on. And it was actually mirroring all the weight that I was throwing in there. So I was wondering why I was adding all this weight to it, and it really wasn't doing much. It seemed to be pretty reasonably equal. All right, there, that should work now. Should be a little more Oh yeah, that's probably it there, actually. Yeah, there. Now we're basically sitting at 0. We have almost too much weight on these, on the ones. Well, I figured it didn't take that much. No, I haven't resized the reactor. I didn't change anything. Everything is still the existing. It's huge. It's still the existing size. I haven't added any more pistons. I've just got the 4 pistons. I was thinking about adding 2 more just for speed. I don't know if I need to. But yeah, I think I might add 2 more here and test that just for speed. Because right now our maximum is 10 meters per second, which is what, 19 knots, which to me is not. To me is that's pretty fast. Typical ships of this size, that's usually where they run. They run about 10, 12 knots at their cruising speed. Yeah, see now I removed too much weight. I don't have a, not yet. So the plan for today is to do that. Um, yeah. I want to try and design a reactor room, I guess you could say. Look at that. Now we're balanced. Maybe just like we're within a weight block, right? So the weight blocks are 10 pounds. So that's what I was saying. When you have these small ships, it's really hard to balance these small ships because these weighted blocks are 10 pounds. So you're plus or minus 10 pounds. And that could be just enough to throw the ship out. That little bit of weight. You know? So anyways, I'm gonna say I'm satisfied with that. I'm gonna leave this set up for now. As I add more stuff to the inside, it's gonna add more weight and it's going to change the way the ship sits in the water. So I'm gonna have to probably recalibrate it one more time. Hold on, I'm gonna have to take this message here. All right, sorry about that. Was just a message from the principal. A message from the principal. I guess I could start this. I didn't realize there's no music going. Yes, he sounds like he's as excited as I am to send my kids back to school. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know what the volume. I should probably do that, huh? I've got the spawner in here. Let's see here. Let's do this. Let's go liquid meter. All right. And we'll get a reading off that too. We'll get a reading off of that too. All right, so what I got a piece of paper here, and what I've been thinking about is how many screens I'm actually going to need to make this reactor, and I think I've divided it up finally. So I'm going to need four monitors, 2 1x2s and 2 2x2s. So I wasn't sure if like let's see, if I wanted to have like, I don't even know. Maybe some, let's put this in mirror mode. Maybe just something like that. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of weight in the reactor itself. And I could probably move it around. Surprisingly, there's a lot more weight in the obviously there's a lot more weight in the front. If I get rid of any of these weights on the back, the front just sinks right down, right? So it's at this point it's a real delicate balance to get this ship the way it is. Otherwise, I'd have to get rid of the helicopter pad, get rid of the helicopter. I could be okay with this. And I don't really want to do that. I think it's kind of neat. So you have two options, right? You can rescue people with the boat, bring them to the ship, and then you have the helicopter where you can take people to the hospitals. Okay. And then maybe we'll have like a sliding door. Just a pocket door? Yeah, that'll work. All right, and then this side here, I'll have a sign. This is going to be how we get down into the reactor. And this side here is probably just going to be a closet with some repair equipment in it. And that, just in case there's an issue. We're melting down. And then from there, I just want to have like a command center. So let's take a seat. And let's get started here. Maybe something like that. All right. Oh yeah, the barrels. Yes, that's right. They'll be super heavy then. Oh, that's a really good idea, actually. Okay, so now let's get our monitors. What do we need? I said we need a couple of 1x2s, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not gonna work. So we're going to be working on the condenser and the water tank. I wonder if that's going to need to be a two 2x3s. Let's see. We need 3 temperatures and then 3 fluid volumes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then beside that, so we could do it on probably 2x2 actually is what we need here. All right, we'll do that. All right. And then we'll just turn mirror mode off for here. We'll put a, whoops. So I'm going to have it set up. I don't think I'll have all the monitors turn on from one button. I'll be able to select different monitors. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Let's get a breaker box. I don't think it'll be all touchscreen. This isn't. This is just the stats. This is just for monitoring it. So what I have, I'll spawn it in for you just so you can see what I got so far. All right, let's see how this is gonna look. Most of the rooms, like all the rooms, most of the rooms with the buttons and stuff are gonna be touch screens, yes. But the reactor itself, I have a control for it up in the helm. So this is what we're going to, basically it's going to be there. And they'll have another monitors, 2 monitors somewhere else. These are just statistics. These won't control the reactor at all. These are just going to be statistics for what's happening inside the reactor. And then if we come up into the bridge of the ship, this is where you control the reactor, is this panel here. Right? So this allows us to put the rods in. All right, which for some reason isn't. Oh, because I moved the. Uh-oh. Everything has been disconnected. That's funny. So for now, I guess I shouldn't be using a constant on signal, but I'm going to be using a constant on signal for these. All right, that should be everything put back together. Yeah, it's just an external, just a monitoring station. Yeah, that's all. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this up in the bridge, or if I and have one station, which has all the screens on it and this and that. And then I thought, you know what, it'd be nice and cool to be able to turn it on here, right? There we go. The rod goes in. Chamber's starting to heat up. So we can do that from the bridge. And then maybe I'll have like a little alarm here on a sensor or something, you know. And then, okay, so it's firing up, and then you can say, all right, well, I want to go down into the ship. Let's go down into the ship. See how the reactor is doing. Oh, no, I don't want to go down. I want to go. Can I go down one more here? I can't. I have to go through here. All right. Right, then you come down here into the belly of the ship. Into the reactor room. And this is where we're going to have the rest of just the monitoring and stuff. Just because I thought it's a big ship. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to fill up all the rooms. Look at all the space on this. There's no way I'm going to be able to fill up all the rooms. Like, I don't have the brain power. I don't have the brain power for all that, right? So let's just start with this. And is it the engine controls? Yeah, it probably is a little bit strange too. But in career, you know, I mean, just kind of like in career mode and stuff. It's just nice to have that. Instead of having to run down here to turn it on all the time, if there's an emergency, it's a lot safer to have the critical functions in the bridge and then a monitoring station, right? So yeah, I want to watch some more YouTube videos of other people decorating their ships, and then that way I'll get some ideas here. All right, so the first thing I want to do is create I thought I had a blank. Yes. Created a blank 2x2 microcontroller. I'll tell you what, let's plant this here for now. And then I can change it around. And we're actually going to make this at the maximum size. Okay, so what we need is 2 nodes. One is going to be a video. One is going to be a video. I guess they're both going to be video out. This will be monitor. This will be the condenser stats, and this one will be our water tank stats. Alrighty. And then what I want to do is I want to go inside the microcontroller. And we're going to add Lua, 2 Lua blocks, 1 monitor, 2 monitors. And let's just update that. All right, so the condenser has two inputs. It has a fluid volume and it has a temperature. So we're going to need 6 inputs. 6 number inputs. So let's go logic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 4, 5, 6. And these are all going to be number. 3 of these are going to be temp A, B, C, and 3 of these are going to be fluid volume. Yeah, I already have like a kitchen sort of area, and like I was just sort of dabbling on the ideas. There's some really good rec room, all that stuff. Yeah, I really have to go through it, right? Okay, so these are going to be our inputs for. I'm just going to focus on the condenser stats for now. I'm not going to worry about the other inputs. Okay, then we want to go inside. We'll get rid of this. We don't need it. So A, B, C, A, B, and C. All right, then we want to get ourselves a composite read number. No, let's get rid of that. We want to get a composite write number, and we're going to select 6 channels because we have 6 channels coming in, and we want to connect that composite to our Lua block here. So what we're going to do is we're going to write some code which is going to read these numbers coming in, and it's going to print these numbers and some text and some colors onto the screen, the condenser monitor. So we'll update that, and let's connect the video. This one's going to be the condenser monitor. And let's connect our statistics. What do we have here? Temperature. A, B, and C. These are just reading, just measurements to read. Fuel volume, A, B, and C. All right. Okay, now we need to do 2 things. We need to go into this touchscreen here. And we need to go into this Lua block here. And I'm just going to copy this code. Ha ha ha. Just because I'm being lazy. And we are just going to paste that code into here. And we're going to get rid of these, obviously, these input numbers. And we're going to have to change them to our own input numbers. And then we don't want this reactor control. I'll go over all of what I'm doing here. Okay, so the first things first. Before I get into anything, oh yeah, this is our temp 1, and then let's make this Let's just do that. Somebody sent me a message on the... Ooh. Alright. Update that. Spawn it. Let's just test this microcontroller, see what it looks like, so you can see what I'm trying to do. What I should do is make another door, just so I don't have to. All right, so turn that on. Oh boy, syntax error. A syntax error? Come on, you mean I didn't? You mean you won't let me just won't let me just write this broken code? Come on now, no errors detected now. All right, save. Oops. So the screen should just be green. I'm just gonna ignore the words that are on it for now, but the screen should be green. All right, let's see here. Come in here, turn it on. It's giving me syntax error. Draw a failure. Blah, 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 blah. An error has been detected in one or more of your... All right. Is it because I left it blank? The on tick? Is that why? Oh, it's probably this. It's trying to read that. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is... we'll say temp A. Let's write this out. Let's draw this out, and then I'll test it, and then that's going to be the only way to do this. Okay, so we have our 6 inputs. We have 3 for fluid volume, and we have 3 for temperatures. So what we need to do is we need to add those variables here. B, temp C, and then we need fluid A, B, and C. All right, and then these are gonna just say input dot get number, and it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should be that easy. Hopefully. 4, 5, 6. All right. Now it should, please, at least let me draw one of those boxes. Now that we have input information, it should at least let me draw one of those boxes. Yeah, there we go. Right, so the back of the screen is going to be green, and here we're going to have, I'll have some text on top, and this is just going to be whatever levels, and then on this side we're going to have our condenser, and on this side we're going to have our water tank. So let's see how I can divide this up. All right. So now what we need to do is we need to go through our Lua, and we need to determine where we want everything to be. So this here is our screen color, and what it's doing is it's drawing a rectangle, which is the width and the height of the screen at this color. That gives us our background color. Then what we're doing is we're printing on top of that text. Right, and I've set the color to white, but we can set the color wherever we want. And in this case, we need to line up the text box. In this case, I've told it to make it as wide as the screen in pixels, but we're actually going to change that. So the first thing I want, and I'm just leaving this code here because this is our number code. So we'll ignore that for now. The first thing we want to do is we want to design the overall layout. So I want to draw a, let's see, we're going to set color here, which is white. All right. And then I want to draw a rectangle. And this is going to be 6 pixels tall. And it's going to be, let's see, we could say 32 pixels wide. Yeah. And that might work. And then what we want to do is we want to draw a text box. Draw text right here. Want text. No, we'll do this. Draw text box. All right, vertical alignment could be 0. This could be -1 for our height. And then we want it to be in by 1 pixel, and we want it to be down by 1 pixel. And we want our width to be 32 pixels, and we want our height to be 6 pixels. And we want our text to say, this is going to have to be a little small because it's only 32 pixels wide. So each letter is 5 pixels tall by 4 pixels wide, I think is what it said. So condenser. All right. Let's see, check that. Okay, no errors detected. Let's update that and we'll see how that looks on the screen here. So what this should do is this should give us a white box on the screen, and inside that white box we should have some white text which says condenser on it. And that is essentially going to be our header for, oh, but it's full. See, it says condenser in there. So this is going to be our header for our condenser stats. And then beside that, we're going to have our water tank stats. And that'll be this monitor here. And we're just going to rinse and repeat that process 3 more times. All right. Now, did I say... See, I said rectangle F. And now it's just going to draw a rectangle that isn't a full box. And you also saw that the word condenser was actually too big to fit. So we'll just do that. Condense. All right, done. Let's update that. Let's just see how that looks. Ooh, even that's a bit big. It's not fitting inside the box because the word condense is too large. It's too long. It's too many pixels long. So it'll fit. You could write like a whole bunch of words and it'll try and fit it inside that little box. So maybe I'll just have to do that. And then we'll know. Let's see. Yeah, I should do that actually. Look at the some of the workshop creations. I'll probably do that later and just see tomorrow maybe. Check them out. It's a really good suggestion. There you go. So as you can see, it just needs to come down by 1 pixel, and it can probably go over a little bit. So right now I'm just getting the alignment here. Yeah, it could come down by 1 pixel. As you can see, it's 1 pixel too high, and it's 1. So the thing to remember is the text box that we drew, that we want the text in, it is going to be 1 pixel thick. So if I tell it to start at 1 pixel, and I tell it to be 32 pixels long and 6 pixels high, if we want the text to fit inside there, this will have to be 5 pixels. And we should probably start this at... we should probably start this at 2. And this could probably be 2 as well. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll get it all, figure out all the information that I need, print it on the screen, and then after that I'll worry about the alignment. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So now what I want to do is I want to draw some boxes below that, which are going to give us our condenser stats. And we have 2 inputs. We have temperature and we have fluid volume. So maybe we'll create 2. Let's see, how do I want to do this here? How do I want to do this? All right, we'll take this code here. And what I want to do is below here. So instead of being 32 pixels wide, this is going to have to be half that, right? We're going to be 16 pixels. And this will be 16 pixels. And that is 6 pixels. So we want this to be 7 down. And this is going to be 8 down. And this will say temp. All right, and then let's see, I'll copy that again. And I'll get another one, which is going to be beside it, and it's going to go from 16. Well, let's make that 17. And this one can also go from 17. And instead of saying temp, this will say volume. And this is essentially our fluid volume. All right, let's see how that looks here. So we should have the header, which says condense or cond, and then below that we should have 2 other boxes below that, hopefully. Yep, except, as you can see, the alignment is out. Looks like the word temperature is too big, and volume needs to go over 1 more pixel. That's actually we should try that. I have an example. That's a really good. I should try that out. I haven't tried that, but I will. All right, so this is to start at 18 pixels. It's too bad. All right, well, I mean, these are just going to be number values below it. So this could actually be a little bit bigger. Let's go, instead of 16, we need to be another 4 pixels, right? So let's say 20. And then let's start this one at 21. And let's start this at 20. And we'll see. Ooh, that's not going to work. That's going to throw out our alignment. That's not going to work at all. 16. And this is to start at 17. Yeah. Right? Because we want to be... Well, I guess I'm already throwing out our alignment a little bit with these here, right? Oh, what am I thinking? It actually doesn't matter because the monitor is 64 by 64. And I'm trying to fit this into 32 by 32. So actually, this temperature can be a total of 32 pixels or 31 pixels wide. And this one can also be 31 pixels. Right. There. Now that should fit. Temperature and volume. All right, let's just see that there. You might need to modify the input value to something specific. Yeah, you just have to run it through the, like, take your variable temperature and just run it through the text box. So yeah, you have to say between these two set values it's this color, between these two set values it's this color, and so on and so forth. And there's probably a way. Yeah, there we go. So these just need to be adjusted a bit more. All right. What's going on here? This is 31 pixels. Oh, that's why this is still starting at 17, right? So this is going to start at 32, and this is going to start at 32. And it's going to be 30 pixels wide. This one's going to be 31 pixels. 31 pixels and 30. All right, that should work. Once I get the alignment, I'll finish the rest. It won't take long to finish the rest here. And then we can check out the colors. What I'll do is I'll load the example there that I had for you. Remember, I have the throttle that's set up to the air tank bottle. Yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. So that works. That works. Volume, right? Can always change the lettering a little bit. Let's see. The volume needs to go over by 1 more pixel here, or 2 more pixels. All right, so now that we have that, it starts at 32. Let's start that at 34. Same with this one. Starts at 2. Maybe we'll start that at 3. Here's how we have the room. And I don't know if I can change the size of the... Yeah, each character is 4 pixels wide and 5 pixels tall. So 5 pixels is our minimum height. So if we adjust our alignment here, this should be 7. And that means it'll go between 1 and 8. So if we start this at 8 and make this 7, that means this one here is going to start at 15. And we can make that 7 as well. All right. Yeah, there's got to be a way to set it up, as you're saying there, with the different colors, right? To make it so it shows the different colors. Or there should be. All right, that worked. It's just the What a mess. Oh, this should be in alignment with that. This should be 8. These two are in alignment. These two are in alignment. They're side by side. All right. And yeah, 7 pixels. It seemed to be a bit, right? This is the finer stuff. 7 pixels seem to be a bit big. So if we go 6 instead, that's gonna be 7. Man, that's gonna be 7. Yeah. All right. Let's see how that looks. And then I'll worry about this on my own time. I'll want to continue on adding inputs here. All right, what do we got here? We got, yeah, there we go. That'll work. All right, just ignore the 0 for now. That 0 is going to be below. Okay, so now, yeah, I might even be able to put this on a smaller monitor. We'll see. All right. Now we have our 3 inputs. Now we just need to print those values. All right. So now what I want to do is underneath temperature, we have our 3 inputs, A, B, and C. So we have our this guy here. We don't have our draw rectangle. So we just need this to be part of this code. And then we want to draw our rectangle below temperature. So we're basically making a column below temperature, which is going to be 3 long, and that starts at, yeah, I better take this here. That starts here. Starts at 7. So we can make that 13. And we can say 31 and 6. All right. Set color. Let's see how that looks. I started doing this a little bit last night and this morning, and I thought, you know what? It's Sunday. Kids stayed up all night. They're sleeping, so Daddy's gonna take advantage of that. Yeah. So Daddy's gonna be, playing some video games here. Ha 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 ha. All right, perfect. So that's a victory for dads everywhere, right? So we want to take that, we want to copy that, and 2, and we need 3, right? A, B, and C. B and C. All right. And then what we need to do is I just need to change our alignment. So instead of being 13, this is going to be 19. And this one here is going to be 19. And this will be, what, 25? And that will be 25. Okay. So now we can copy this. And paste it. As you can see, where our character count's kind of getting up there. This is going to be the volume now. So volume is this here, and I'll just like that, and like that. All right, so it starts at 32, and this one should be 7, 31, and 6. And this one will be 13. And then this will be 13, and then this one will be 19, I see. And this one will be 19. No, it starts at 13. Starts at 13. Starts at 13. Then it goes to 19. Oh, 32. Then it goes to 19, and then it'll go to 25. 32. Yeah. 25, 25, 19, 19, 13, 13, 32, making sure all the numbers are in alignment. All right. So now if we update that, let's save that. See how that looks. Awesome. And now if we go to the bridge, and we turn on the now we have to wait for the reactor to warm up. Once the reactor warms up, it'll start the system, and then we should start receiving statistics downstairs on the monitors. And that's just the statistics coming from the condenser. Just the condenser. Yeah, the orange bar is the temperature, yeah. I had a bit of an issue setting it up. The throttle example there that we were using there with the tank, it's a set number. So I can divide the number of pixels by that set number. In this case, there's no set number, right? The reactor can heat up to like 5,000 degrees. So what I had to do is I had to pick a number and divide that by the pixels just so I could see, you know, roughly where our operating range is. And I'll probably end up changing that, right? Once it gets to here, between here and here, I'm sure, like you were saying, we can change the color of it so it could be like green, and then it get orange, and then it should be able to get to red. Okay, so now that the reactor should be running, we come down here. Oh, did I even plug it in? All right, what's going on now? What is going on? Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? Oops. Oh, really? Oh, I could probably use an if statement actually for that. I could probably use an if statement and I can measure the pixels. Yeah, maybe. Oh, it's the same way you do. I use the if statement for the touchscreens. If is okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now why didn't that work? Why did you not work? pretty sure it's connected, isn't it? Did I connect it? I thought I connected it. Did I connect it? Yeah, it is connected. All right, let's try that one more time. All right, I'll test that out after this here. All right, maybe I didn't give the reactor enough time to heat up. Whoops, where are we here? All right, so we can be in the reactor room, and then I just come through here. And now we're in the belly of the ship. Oh, nice. That's me. I'm just kind of a moron today. I moved the reactor over, and I didn't move the pipes. So I'm like, why? I was like, why isn't it working? How come? What's going on? Why isn't it pulling any? Well, that's probably why it's not pulling any fluid through. The reactor is warming up. All right. So now we're in here. So you were saying, now that I've done that, I may as well fix this one too at the same time. So we're talking about trying to change the color of it, right? And you were saying that if I maybe try and this is the slider here. So I have the set color for the whole slider. But you were saying, oh yeah, cargo elevator. Yes, absolutely. Just try to plug in the input temperature value to the set color line. This here, you mean? Screen.setColor. See, I have the slider set to the width. And then that way it measures the width. And of course that's what I had to divide by the or not the slider, the temperature. I had to divide by the pixels, right? So, but this is somewhere in here I might need an if statement. I might need to say if temp, let's see. I wonder how that would work. I'd have to think about that. Because what I need to do is, remember what I was saying? It's the temperature is ever increasing. So what I have to do is I have to find a threshold, and that's what I have to print to the screen. So if my threshold is 1,000, then I have to say, okay, at 1,000, that's going to be our maximum width. So right now it's on a 1x2 monitor, so our maximum width is 64 pixels. So what I have to do is I have to say, okay, let's take that 1,000, and I believe it's this one here. We're dividing it. And I'm dividing it by 6, and that was the way that I was able to fit the entire number So that means for every I think it's 6 to 1. Is that how that is? 6 to 1? Like you know what I'm saying? Where it says 135. But this is the color. These three parts make up the color, right? All three of these is the white color. That's the number value to make that color. That's all that is. Screen.setColor, that's all that is. So when we say screen.draw rectangle, this is the actual rectangle that's being drawn with the slider. Same with this right here. As the temperature increases, this is what goes up. And what I'm saying is, take the width of the screen and use that for here. So either I no, I got it. I got this. Even better. I can set this to a pixel amount. So I could set a couple of, that's what I'll probably need to do. Let's set a couple of variables here. So I'll say W B and let's say maybe WC, and then we can say screen I wonder if that'll work. I don't think that's gonna work either. Okay, all right, well, let's try that out. Whoops. So you're saying right here I should put temp. Like that. Is that right? Doesn't seem right. Let's try it out. I know there's a bit of a delay with the live stream when you're between me talking and interpreting what's going on the. So let's see. Later on, I have a Discord server. I'll link my Discord server, and then they can. Let's see. Down. Ooh, hey, look at that. It's green now. What? Yeah, but is it green because it's reading this value and that's what's making it that color green? It seems to be changing color slightly. Yeah. That's neat. All right, well, I wanted to check that out with the, let's pick an easy one then. Let's use the slider. Here, same thing, huh? Let's see what that does. Yeah, that's cool. It's Yeah, it's because of the number. It's changing colors because of the number value. So I guess what I would have to do now is find a workable range. You know what I mean? How to change that from green to red, and I just have to find those because it's this number here. As this number changes, the temperature number changes, it's changing the number code for the color. So it's going to be whatever. And as you saw with the white slider, right? As we change the number, it the value changed, and that changed the this. So it's cool. I like it. It's cool. It's cool. It'll work. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to determine the color value. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's run down and see if the rest of the reactor is online. So I gotta come down through the ship. Should actually run down through here, I think it is. Is this one? No, it's this one here. Through the front. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Yeah, so I don't actually think I need a 2x2 monitor. I think I could just use a 1x2 to display this. As was I was thinking originally, yeah. I just was a little bit confused with my alignment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I can get away with that actually. And then of course it's just a matter of adjusting these down. So they're either on top of the line or under the line. But then I can adjust those colors. I can make them darker so they're yeah, finding the range on the colors, right? That's another. I know what you're saying, but that's cool. At least it changes color now. So I can leave that for now. We'll figure it out. So now let's try this as a 1 by 2. Let's see. Perfect. That's even better. All right. So the water tanks could be the same. And then the other two are going to be 2 by 2. So let's. All right, let's make this into a 1 by 2. All right. So now that we've set up our code for our first monitor, essentially, we can copy this and we can make a second one, but this will be for our water tank. So I plant down another Lua block, and if I just go in here, we'll take all this code. And I will paste it into here. And then all we need to do is change these inputs. So let's look at what we need for inputs from the water tank. Just the water level and the tank pressure, I'm pretty sure. Yes, 2 inputs. Tank pressure and tank content. So we need 6 more inputs on here. So we'll go to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these are also going to be number. Two, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we need another video out as well. Video output, and this is going to be tank. Water tank. Monitor. All right, we'll just put that there just for easy. Okay, so this node is going to be water level A. Oops, water level B. Water level C. Okay. Put a thermometer. Okay. And this will be tank. Tank pressure B, and this is going to be tank pressure ERESSURE. Tank pressure C. And we're going to add bar graphs too in here as well. So maybe I'll use the bar graphs for something, I don't know. But I'm going to use bar graphs in here too as part of our whole setup here. It's going to be really cool. Okay, so now let's go into here and let's sort these out. So we have our water tank monitor, which we will connect like that. Oh, and then we also need another composite number. 6 channels. Let's get this out of the way just so we're not confused by it. There, I'll zoom in so we can really see what we're working on here. Okay. Let's see if we can get this all onto the one screen here. Okay, so we have A, B, and C. This is our tank pressure. Hopefully you can see that there. Water level A, water level B, water level C. So channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Connect to the Lua. So now that we've designed this, you don't have to change anything. I don't have to change any of the variables because these don't really matter, right? This is just reading it. The only thing I need to change are 3 words. That's kind of nice, actually. So this is going to be our tanks. Let's see. Water. And you know what? I want to change this color. I guess I could change it to blue. I'll do that after. And then we have water level and tank pressure. So which is which? Water level is the first 3 and tank pressure are the second 3. So this is level, and this is pressure. Maybe that'll work. All right, we'll update that, see how that looks. Connect the video out to our monitor, and what do we have here? We have water level. Water level A. Water level B. Water level C. And then we have tank pressure A. Tank pressure B. And tank pressure C. Now, hopefully they don't change these to composite so we can actually read. Right now, the tanks are they're kind of broken because you can put 4 or 5 different types of liquid in the tank, but you could only know the liquid level. I guess that's fine. You're not really. So. All right. Let's save that. Now, these numbers should be full. Spawn that. They should be full. It should give us a PSI reading, and it should tell us that the tanks are full. Yeah, I was doing the water storage tanks, and then after the water storage tanks, I'm going to do the chamber itself, which is going to be the fuel rod temperature, the insertion. Oh, no, not the chamber, no. I'm going to do the boilers next, and then I'm going to do the pistons after that, the RPS of the pistons. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I like that. I really like that. So this is the start of our reactor monitoring station. And then I guess on top of here, nice. I'm really happy with how this is turning out, actually. Okay, and so now we need 2 more monitors. We need 2 2x2 monitors. And that's going to finish this off. Let's see. On top here. We can do that and that. Oh yeah, that's going to look so nice. And okay, just like that. Then what I'll do is I have this bar graph. I'm sure you're curious how it works. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. This is the bar graph. Now, I made this. All right. It took me a long time, but I made it. All right. I made all this. Now, what is it exactly? Well, bar graph, quite simply, is there's one example. I think I saw 1 or 2 examples where they use like this math function to do it. And what I do is I just take these instrument panels, all right? And instead of using, I turn it to on-off. Instead of using number bits, you can use number bits, and then you have to use some fancy math. So I just turn it into a bar segment, and then what I do, instead of number bits, I turn it to on-off. So it looks like that, right? You can connect it with this. And then in the microcontroller, the fancy microcontroller, I don't know if this is on the SAR boat that I put on the, I don't think it is, and I don't think I put this on the spaceship either. But basically what you have to do is you take your volume here, and that is divided by 8, which is 8 individual inputs, right? These numbers are a division of 8 between 0 and 1. And then it like does all this fancy math, and then just outputs it, so it's readable. But all you need to do is this one here, which is the output value. So you just put in your whatever your tank is, right? So here, what we'll do is this. We were saying take a temperature thermostat, right? Or not even. We have our. Now, I wonder if I can use... What am I doing here? Composite. All right. We've got this composite data. Number 1 is water. All right, so we can come over here. I think it has... That's our tank level. How do I want to do this? I should do that. And then let's add another input here. And this can also be a composite input. And this can be water in. And then Where is it? And this can be reading on. We need a composite read number, and this is going to read on channel 1, and we can do that, and we can put that. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Instead of our constant number, we can just plug that into there. I think. Oh, yes. Okay. And there's so much to the microcontrollers, right? There's so many handier ways, I'm sure, of organizing things. Okay, then we can take this composite value, water in, and we take this composite value. It'll go out to the panel, and then let's paint the panel. All right, 1, 2, 3. So it'll be full. You're probably thinking, wow, it's going to be full. So what I'll do is I will take this water spawner. I'll delete that. I'll spawn in the ship. I won't turn the reactor on. All right, you can see there's nothing on there. It's not giving us a reading. I hope I'm doing this right. Take our fluid spawner. Fresh water, all right. Save that. Now I just want to make sure that there's power. Make sure I hooked up this bar graph. Yeah, it's got electricity. It's got composite. It's got. Does it need a backlight? It might. And then it's reading on channel 1. All right. Yeah, you can just paint the bars individually, and that's what I did. And then that way it's each input, right? So it's the same thing as like a threshold. If the input value is between these two numbers, then it's the first bar. If it's between the second numbers, it's the second bar. Well, it's not working. It's not working. That has to do with what exactly? Probably this. Probably. Actually, that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't matter. Now, something's going on here with the this bar graph here. I like it when I do these examples and they work. They work right away. All right, maybe it's in here. Bar segment, yeah, channel in 1. Display mode on, off. Direction up. That's what we want to do. It's got to be the input. It's got to be the input here. Probably, yeah, hey, look at that. It's probably has to do with the input here. What's supposed to be reading the value. Composite value. It's supposed to be reading that. Channel 1 is water. Oh. All right, well, I'll have to go over this. And yeah. Right now, it's supposed to be reading the water. It's supposed to be reading the amount of water that's in there instead of setting it up as a constant value. But what am I? No. Output number 8. No, I did something wrong here. Uh-oh. This could be very confusing. My tank level. Well, where is that? Is that this here? Constant number. Tank level. Right there. This one here. This is the number it needs to read. Oh, look, it goes to all those. Greater than. Oh, boy. Oh, so I need this. I need this here. Okay, so how do I do that? This will work. This will work here, but I also need this input here, the tank level input. Which is a composite input, and I need to convert that to. I'll have to run it through another microcontroller. Okay, that's fine. Well, whoa, no, don't do that. Oh my goodness. We'll run it through here. All right, this is just going to be. Does this have to be a composite? Yeah. Here, I'll do this composite, and then this is going to be a number. So composite in, number out, and this will be water level in. There we go. This will be water level out. Water level out. All right, I'll update that. Because it comes in, the water level it's a composite. So it comes in as a composite, and then we have to come out as a number into the tank level. That should make more sense. So now it's reading how much water is in there. Is that right? Oh, I don't even know anymore. I'm reading the level. I'm not reading the capacity. I'm reading the level. But it should. I don't know why it's not printing on the. Hold on. I have an easier way of doing this. Why am I wasting my time? I don't even know. Let's see. Why am I wasting my time with this? Where is it? All right. Yeah, liquid level, which comes into here. So maybe I should just be reading the liquid level instead of trying to say water or whatever. Maybe I should just directly connect. Let's see here. This. Liquid level. To there. Then I actually don't need this water in. No. We can just do that. Water. get rid of that. We'll go back into it. Get rid of that. Delete that, and then this here. Right, and then what I need now is a calculation of the chamber itself. So I gotta get a dial. $16,180. All right, and that's fine. What I also am curious about is this channel. What is our yeah, that should be that. When I flip the switch, it should turn on. Maybe, I don't know. Oh boy, it works on the little one. All right, come on, work. Yeah, see? It's upside down. No, it's reading top down, not bottom up. So I either what I was doing, and that's just the way I programmed it. So I'm like, well, I don't really want to redo the microcontroller. So what I do, I just reverse the blocks. I just flip the blocks over. Yeah. So then what I'll do is just so we can see that I'll do this. I'll put a hole in the chamber, and then hopefully, oh, this might be a bad idea actually. Yeah, the ship's just gonna sink, I think. Yeah, that was a bad idea. All right, well, anyways, there you saw. So the bar graph works. I just, I was gonna do that so it would slowly drain. I realized that's, all right. And I think actually when I disconnected this number, it actually disconnected the rest of this. So I don't even think this volume, this can be anything. This could even be 1. Because I was using it for my speed and my wind and stuff like that. Anyways, it's totally adjustable. That's how that works. So, but yeah, at some point I want to put these bar graphs in here. I won't right now. I'll just ignore that for now. Let's continue on what I was doing. Yeah, it just works, Jay. Well, it's one of those things where I hadn't really spent a whole lot of time in Stormworks, and that was my first real build. And I was up late at night. You know, I don't sleep very much, so I'll be up odd hours, 3-4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, I really want to get this bar graph to work, because I was watching these YouTube videos and I saw somebody made a video about the Blackbird or whatever, the SR-71 Blackbird. And they said it was really cool and it had some bar graphs in there and it looked really neat. And I thought, yeah, man, that looks really neat. I want to add that to my build. But I couldn't, so I just had to sort of figure out how it worked, right? The example they chose was number bits. And I tried to use the number bits with the fancy math and everything that they were using, and I just couldn't get it to work. So I was like, okay, you know what? Set of number bits. Let's just see if we can turn it to on-off individual lights. And then that took a lot longer than I wanted it to, but it just works. Okay, so We have our two monitors now set up. All right. So now I want to set up our... We can do our pistons. Yeah, let's do our pistons. So let's get another little block down. Let's take the code that we have here. That we've made. Let's put that in here. Again, hopefully, I don't know if I have to change the inputs. We'll figure that out. We need a composite right number. And however many channels that's going to have. We'll connect that. And then we need another video out node. Video, let's see, out to piston. Out to piston TV. And that's going to be an output. All right, update that. Now, let's look at the statistics that are coming off the pistons. We've got the position and we have the RPS. Now, I'm assuming the position is between -1 and 1, and 0 is in the middle. So that's going to be an interesting one to read. And RPS, we have 4. We have eight inputs. We need 8 inputs for this next one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fortunately, you can just click on a node and it'll go to where it is, and you can just number input. This will be RPSA. Number RPSB. Number C and D. And then we have position A, and we have position B, and we have position C, and position D. Ooh, position D. It must be a Sunday. This adult hour. I'm sorry for the younger viewers. What does he mean? Position D. What does he mean? Just never you mind. Never you mind there. All right. So we have 8. We need 8 channels here. I'm gonna zoom in as well. Let's see if we can get this going here. Okay. So where we have RPS A, RPS B, C and D, and then we have position A, B, C and D. All right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Five, 6, 7, and 8. And now what we have to do is we need to go in here and we need to add those additional numbers. So this is now going to be 4. And that means this is going to be 5, 6, 7, and we'll just do another one here. 8, and then we have to change this to D, and I have to change this to D. Okay, and now this is going to be piston. Oh, 0.5 and not 0.5. That is interesting. That is interesting. So the first one, RPS, and then position. All right. I wonder how I'm going to write that then. Let's see. RPS. Position. All right. So we need one more of these. And we need one more of these. This is going to be D. And then we are 25 at 6 is 31. All right. Update that. Update that. Let's see how it looks before I plug it in. And then I'm going to take just a quick washroom break, throw in some coffee. I'll leave this going because I'll be right back. Turn the heat up. It sure got cold over the weekend. My. Oh. It would probably help if I connected the... well, since I'm back here, I may as well connect everything up. do one of those. Be lazy. I'm not going to connect it because it's going to work the first time, right? Now that it doesn't work the first time. Okay, I guess now. Seeing as how I'm back here. What do we have here? We have RPS A. B. C. And we have D. All right, and then we'll have, what's this one here? Fist in position. It's just going to read the number. We don't have to do anything. It'll just read the number where it's at. All right, let's update that. Cool. Cool. Oh, we're getting a reading here. All right, so a little bit of alignment issues going on. Oh, that's probably why. This should have been 25. Yeah, there we go. All right, update that. So as you can see, this is just a very the beginning, right? The beginning of whatever you want to call it. The development of your touchscreens or the development of your monitor systems. This is where we start. So we start by just gathering some statistics and drawing some colors on a screen and writing some values on a screen. And then from there we can say, okay, well maybe I don't like it looks very simple and plain. Maybe I want to adjust that and change that. And that's where you can go back through the Lua block and you can change these. Yeah, you can make them into circles if you wanted to. They could be individual circles, right? And then in the center of the circle, you could have the value, all that kind of stuff. You can add, as we say, sliders that expand and shrink. And you can get real fancy from here on out. But for me, I'm just not really, I'm just an average person right now. So right now, that's how we're doing it. And in the bottom here, where it's empty, I'll probably add just a graphic that says nuclear systems or something like that, right? Something. Maybe I'll make a little graphic here or words or something just to kind of add to it, just enhance it a little bit, right? Yeah, so that's the beginning of that. I'm just going to take a little break here and go and get a coffee, and I will be right back. I'll just leave this up so you can check it out. Oh, yeah, you know what I should do, actually? Thank you for those suggestions. We could... Oops, what am I doing here? I thought I was in builder mode there for a minute. We could add... They have... No. These things, the pressure... Where is it here? Yeah, I'm going to need some temperature probes. Oh, the radiation detector. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Which I'll need down here. I'll have to set that up maybe to an alarm, right? Oh, that's cool. This here. A fluid pressure sensor. We'll need those also. You're absolutely right. Just to add to the enhancement, right? So yeah, we'll make another monitoring station. Okay, so now the last thing we need to do is the boilers. This one's going to be a little difficult because the boilers have 3, so we have 9 inputs: pressure, temperature, and fluid volume. Right. So this screen here, these are just basic statistics, and then we'll break it down. Yeah, more dials. That's right, more dials and no, you're absolutely right. I think it's awesome. Why not, right? They give you the ability to put all this stuff in, so you may as well. Like, I've seen some really cool engine runes. there are some really creative people out there on the workshop that have made some really cool engine rooms. Okay, like I've been playing for a long time, and I might boast like, yeah, I've been playing for, I got so many hours in the game, and blah blah blah. But I'm not creative in that respect. There's some really, really creative people. Okay, so let's get this one out of here. Let's get another little block, and we will take our code here. I think this is the one that we need. This one might be a little different because we have 3. We have fluid volume, temperature, and pressure. This is only broken up into 2. Do we want to break that up into 3? So this is going to be a boiler. And we are going to say volume. And we are going to say temperature. And we need one more for pressure. I wonder how I want to divide that because it's only 64 pixels wide. I guess we can make them 20 instead of 30. We can shrink them down. So if that's the case, I'm going to get rid of all but 1. And that way it's going to make this part a little bit easier. Let's see, let's copy that one. And this will be pressure. Okay. That's 31 pixels. So let's just make this 20 pixels. 20 pixels and 20 pixels. 20, 40, 60. That'll fit. We could say 21. And that will be even better. All right. And then this first one goes 30. And instead of being 32, this will be 22. And this will be